G'day and welcome back to Down the Shed with Byron and the VY Commodore build. Well, getting it back on the road video. So you might have seen the video where I replaced the fuel pump and I had a drama where the fuel gauge was saying full when I only put 10 litres of fuel into it. And what I've done is I pulled the fuel tank back out to make sure I had everything right. So the fuel pump assembly was all good. I thought it might have just unclipped from there, but it didn't. So I went through the workshop manual and double checked the resistance that we needed for empty, half a tank and a full tank. And that was all good. So when it was empty, I had something around that 39 to 40 ohms on the multimeter. Half a tank was about 120, which I think we need 110, but you know, trying to hold that level at the right spot was difficult. And when it was full, it was about 250 ohms. I'll just show you where I tested it. So if you ever have to check it yourself, you can have a look. So what I did, I set my multimeter to ohms, which is that funny little symbol there, which I'll put a photo up for you. And then what I tested on the pump in here was that's at the empty level there. I just went with the multimeter across there and there, which gave me 39 ohms. Back over here, mate. Show them the multimeter readout. Yep. So what I also done, just to confirm that wiring and that plug was okay, is I worked out it was the two center bulbs in here. And then what I done, I did the same thing again. Connected them up. Righto, check that there. What have we got? 39 ohms? Yep. And that was testing just off these two center sections here empty. So now if I can hold my tongue right, put that in the full position with my stunt double WD-40 can. Stay. Let's see what we've got when it's full. $2.49. So according to the book, that's correct. Then I did some Google research and apparently you have to calibrate the fuel gauge in the car. So at this stage, I'm going to throw that pump assembly back in and then join me again and let's see if I can get it sorted out. With the fuel tank back in, battery reconnected, we've got full fuel gauge, but very low fuel. Check that out. All right, see what we can work it out. You wouldn't believe it. There's two different part numbers or a couple of different part numbers for this series of VY Commodore. What I started off by doing was just double checking the part number right here on the original fuel pump assembly. Then here's the one we've fitted, which is cross-reference, doesn't match that one, but that number there matches that one. The difference being, well, remember on the other one when it was in the empty position, show the empty position. All right, when I put the multimeter on there now, it's around the other way. We've got 250 ohms there at empty. Now I'll show you full. So now in the full position, we've got 40 ohms. So literally, this is around the other way. What I'm gonna do, I'll pull the other fuel pump assembly out and I'll just do a quick video of the differences, which we noticed that it's just these two wires here. So see those two purple ones for the fuel level? On the other one, they're blue. So we'll throw this one in, I'll run it up, and hopefully we've got it right this time. It was the one in the shop that had two wires because it was a different brand. I think it was Goss, where we've just gone with Fuel Master. But fuel tank's out, and I've got the three pumps alongside of each other. So the 348 pump, the only difference I can see is in the fuel sender section. It's the only difference. So you can see, hopefully shadows, that there, that there, and then that's the factory one there. Well, so there's a difference between VIN numbers, etc. I'll throw some more info up in a minute. I'll get that pump back in, we'll put it in, hopefully it says empty. I'll run down to the servo, grab some fuel. I'll just get about 15 litres, so it should give us about 1/4 of a tank, and see what we get. So I'll put it back on the ground, started it up, and it said 3/4 of a tank, and I'm like, no, what the? So I disconnected the battery, threw a fully charged battery back into it, just to give it like a bit of an isolation, and then I reset. Now check out what we've got. Woohoo! It's kind of working. So it's roughly 1/8 of a tank. So what I'll do, like I was saying, is I'll bash 15 litres into it. Hopefully it's about 1/4 of a tank. We know we're on path. Dirty thumbs up. With an extra 10 or so litres put back into it, we've got 1/4 of a tank of fuel. There we go. Yeah, just over 1/4. What have we got? 1/3. Ah, finally. That's definitely worth a double dirty thumbs up, I reckon. I hope you've learnt something from my stuff up on this thing, which you think a VY Commodore fuel pump assembly, they should be just standard. But for the Series 1 up to this VIN number here, they're a different part number to the Series 2 from this VIN number here. But all I can advise is make sure you've got a copy of your VIN number before you go down to the auto shop to grab your parts, because things do change. Once again, thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you when I'm looking at you.